Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 5 of the CTC Wanted Goons Cup Series here in CTC and SRL tonight. Here at Darlington Raceway for the throwback themed race, the Low Drag Esports Southern 200. 200 miles, 146 laps around this old egg-shaped oval. There's the shape of the track right there, overlaid right on our race details. You can see right now in that orientation, it's kind of upside down, but the egg shape turns 1 and 2 are a little bigger radius, and 3 and 4 are tighter, which makes for a tough exit out of turn 2. So you got to make that tough left turn. And that's going to be the struggle for all these guys tonight, is making that turn 2. And especially coming off of turn 4, the car has a really big tendency to get loose and spin out. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on. Qualifying about to get started for tonight's race. Fastest driver in practice was Brad Patton. He set a 28.96, so we'll be looking for a lap time similar to that here in qualifying. And first driver out for their qualifying attempt, it's going to be Hayden Lowell in the 56, that PlayStation 2 throwback. And we'll be taking a look at everybody's throwbacks tonight. Down into turn 1 for Hayden on his first time lap. This is that tricky turn 2 I was talking about. Right down the back stretch, heading into turn 3. And he got up into the wall there in 3 and 4. He's going to reset and attempt this lap again. So that first lap going to be a wash for the 56. Let's see who else we got out there. Last year, this 32 car looked fast, looked like he was on his way to another victory, but a wheel issue ended up taking him out of it. That Kyle Larson throwback on that 32. Bradley Wilson, the driver with the most laps led at this racetrack. In the past few seasons, at least. And he gets loose off of 4. That lap's going to be a wash, and that's crossing to the end of lap 2. So his first lap going to be the one that counts, 28.883. Brad Patton to the top of the board. Lowell, he's back here on lap 2. So we'll see if this lap is better, see if he can keep it out of the wall this time. Looks like he will. .2891 for the 56. And he'll go up to third. Blake Giglio, last season's winner here at Darlington. And in pretty crazy fashion for that 16 car. So it's in that Hayden throwback when Hayden won that Bristol race in interesting fashion a couple seasons ago. Patton still on the top of the board. Nathan Scott up to 5th. And Giglio across the line for lap 1, 28.93. That'll be 5th place for now. We'll see if he can improve on lap 2. Jamie Graham goes to 8th. Casey Graves to 9th. Giglio, oh, he might have got the wall. He's going to exit the racetrack on lap 2, so that first lap going to count, 28.93 for the 16. Casey Graves in the Tabasco throwback. He's across the line. His lap going to be a 29.04. See, we have 38 cars here tonight, so nobody going home. Good news for all these guys in the race. Alone across the line. Take lap 1. Should have time to complete both laps. And lap 1 for Toll. 29.04 should be pretty good. That'll be up inside the top 10. Dakota Lee in the Dale Sr. throwback. That's a beautiful race car. Oh, he's up in the wall on lap 2. So lap 1 going to be the one that counts. It was a 29.33. Not quite what he was hoping for, I'm sure. Going to be a 25th starting spot. And that should do it for qualifying. Now we're going to move on to the race. We'll be back with you in a moment. Welcome back. Get our grid underway here. Starting on the pole for tonight's race, Brad Patton in the 7. Starting on his outside, Bradley Wilson in the 51. Starting in 3rd, 56 of Hayden Lowell. Starting in 4th, 32 of Garrett Wolfenbarger. Starting in 5th, the 16 of Blake Giglio. Starting in 6th, Nathan M. Scott in the 60. Starting in 7th, Kenny Frisbee in the 18. Starting in 8th, Jamie Graham in the 80. Starting in 9th, the 09 of Toll Owen. And running on our top 10, Casey Graves in the 01. Ronnie Holmes going to start 11th on the 57. Cody Cleaver in 12th in the number 2. Brian Jackson in 13th in the 15. Patrick O'Keefe, last week's winner in Atlanta, starting in 14th. Nolan Walker starting in 15th. Sorry. Ryan File starting in 16th. He's going to take an EOL, though. Brian Martin starting in 17th. Wyatt McComb starting in 18th. Matthew Blackley starting in 19th. Jeff Price in 20th. Davis Greenwell going to be starting 21st. Michael Christopher starting 22nd, but he will also be taking EOL. Brantley Bryant in 23rd. Grant 11, 24th. Dakota Lee, 25th. Cliff Mullins, 26th. Garrett Warren, 27th. Dalton Hayes, 28th. Jonathan Rains, 29th. Dave Hoitzma in 30th. He's going to be starting from the pits, it looks like. Jeremy Sheriff starting 31st. Dave Truesdale starting 32nd. Nick Cooper starting 34th. Daniel Llewellyn starting 35th. Ian Montrose starting 36th. And Jamal Collins running on our 37th car. We did have Alex Allen in here a little bit ago, but it looks like he has not joined the session, so keep an eye on that, see if he ends up joining back. But for now, 37 starters for tonight's race. And, I don't know, let's see if we can dial up our pole sitter. Hey, Brad, it's Lucas. Got me?
I got you. What's up?
Well, man, starting on the pole for tonight's race. How we feeling about Darlington?
We feel pretty good. I think it's going to get a little rough. I think there's going to be multiple accidents, and we're just going to try to keep the car clean tonight. 2 weeks on the pole. I'm pretty happy.
Absolutely, man. I'm expecting the same thing. Good luck.
All right, brother.
All right. Pace car should pull off. There it goes. These cars roll through 3 and 4. Begin this 200-mile event here in Darlington. Green flag is waving. We're racing in South Carolina. Bradley Wilson going to lead lap 1 in the 51. He's got the most laps led in this car. And he's going to continue it. Brad Patton, pole sitter, he falls back to second. That inside lane, sorry, the outside in 1 and 2 was just good enough for Bradley to be able to hold that 7 off. Now, Pat did have the opportunity to take the outside if he wanted to. I think he assumed the inside was going to be better, but it was not. Oh, man, we got to cut Davis. Yeah, that was 20 Davis Greenwell. He was really sideways right there. No, it was 22 Michael Christopher. I don't know if he just got loose or something, but I don't show an incident point for him. So we got to move here. Kenny Frisbee up to 4th ahead of Blake Giglio. Kenny gets the wall right after, though. He sent it in a little too hard in 3. He's going to hold on to the spot. Somebody just pulled off right there. Looks like the 81 Orion File. He is driving around the apron, so I'm not sure what's going on with the 81 here. The car looks clean. Not sure if he's just heading to the back when he got loose or what, but he is going to take an EOL under green, I guess is the way to call it. Clean racing so far. 5 laps complete under green. Bradley Wilson still out front. Oh, somebody got the wall bad, I think. Might have been the 01 of Casey Graves. '23 of Daniel Wallen around on the front straightaway. No caution. There's no cars coming. He's going to get that thing back under speed. See the 97 of Hoytsma coming up behind him there. Those two are not going to get together. Here come the leaders on turn 1. And Patton starting to... Well, I thought he was going to close in on the 51, but lost some time there in the middle of 1 and 2. This racetrack is very tricky. It's one of my favorites on the circuit. This place is just so tricky to navigate. The line you have to take is just so perfect. And you can see right there, 51 got a little loose. It allows the 7 to close in again. Both ends of the track, you have to drive completely different. And it ends up, you know, you really can't get in the rhythm here, and you end up fighting the racetrack the whole time rather than your opponents. As Garrett Wolfbarger in the 32, he's now closed in on these top two. Close there with the 7 and the 32. Penny Frisbee. Good job right now. He's sitting inside the top 5. Nathan Scott is on the end of the top 5. Giglio, I don't think he might be saving a little tire. Cody Cleaver having a good run right now. He's up in 7th. Patrick O'Keefe, last week's winner at Atlanta. He's up inside the top 10. Oh, he might have just grabbed the wall, but still, holding on to 10th. He lets Ronnie Holmes go by. And Brian Martin, 2 second-place finishes already this season. 2nd in Atlanta and 2nd at Michigan. Caution is out. And it's going to be the 22 of Michael Christopher. Let's back it up. Oh, it's going to happen ahead. Oh, and the 22 gets right in there. Let's back it up again. It looks like it's going to start around the 80. 35. Oh, the 19 of Jeff Price. Huge checkup for the 19, and the 80 just nowhere to go. Back it up again, on board with the 80. OG Gear replay right here. Oh man, 19 just got in there too deep, tried to slow the car up. 80 was not expecting it. See the 22. On board with Michael Christopher. See, he's way back here. He's probably trying to stay out of trouble at the start of this race. And there's a car sliding ahead. He's trying to slow down, He just wasn't ready for the 80. Nothing the 80 could do. He had the tires locked up. What goes up must come down, right? That's all that was. It looks like mostly everybody staying out here. Casey Graves going to try to come down pit road. Garrett Warren might have had an issue under yellow here. Yeah. Says his screen went black in the sim. I'm trying to back it up and get an eye on this, but his car isn't showing up to start with, and there it is. Then you see it just spinning out with damage, so tough way to end the night for the 04. It looks like 21st on back. I'll come down pit road for various reasons, fuel or tires, depending on who you look at. But Casey Graves does take 4 tires. As for the 22, does not have a meatball flag. So we'll see if he can salvage some points today. He's going to go 1 lap down. That might be just by design to get the damage fixed. Or he might be taken to the garage. It might be too bad. We'll keep an eye on it. Alright, Bradley Wilson going to take the top. He is in control of this restart. Like Wolfenbarg was actually able to get around per second before the yellow came out. And back through the restart zone they go. Green flag back in the air. Oh, we got a car sideways. Clean restart for everybody, it looks like. Stage 1 is at the end of lap 38. Sorry, 37. That's at the start of 38. So the end of stage 1. About halfway there. Frisbee under fire from Brad Patton. He's going to fall back into 4th. Frisbee started all the way back in 7th at the start of this race, so he's up 4 spots already. O'Keefe looking to make a move on the 60. And he's also getting to the inside of the 16 down the front straightaway. Not quite going to get there, so he's going to file into 6th. Oh, we got a car run. Oh, I think that was the 97. Hard impact on the inside wall for the 97. Take a look at it. I think he's just going to get loose off before. And just hard into the inside wall. No caution for that one. He does tow it. That was pretty severe damage. Wolfenbarger not giving up for this lead. Kenny Frisbee reeling these two in. Brad Patton's coming with him. And really, I mean, the whole field not really strung out from each other. There's a few little groups here and there, about 3 or 4 cars each, but for the most part, there's no big gaps. Nathan Scott trying to get this 6th spot back. Not going to be able to do it there. .32 is shadowing a lot lower into turn 1 than that 51 is. I think he's just trying to get any ounce of clean air he can, so he's entering lower or higher depending on where the 51 goes. You can see it right here. I'm sure they're going to do it again. 32 going to go a little lower into turn 1. At that time, the 51 blocks off his air. But the 32 is right there this time. Just how close that 51 gets to the wall. So I've just noticed Hayden Lowell is 8 laps down. And I couldn't tell you how that happened. He hasn't been involved in any incidents as far as I'm aware, so it has to have been a connection issue. Or maybe he got in the race late, I'm not sure, but he just came back out on the racetrack and he is 8 laps down. Definitely not how the 56 envisioned tonight. But there are spots to be had. Michael Christopher, he was able to rejoin the racetrack. 5 laps down. And Gabriel Truesdale, he's on the racetrack and he's 4 laps down. So we have 28 cars on lead lap already. We've only had 1 yellow. And I think only half of these cars that have gone laps down were a part of a wreck. Or part of the caution-causing wreck, I should say. Caution is out. I said the word and it manifested itself, and it is the 25 of Gabe Truesdale. He goes around on the back straightaway. Just slams the wall out of turn 2 and destroys the inside wall in the process. So that is going to be our second caution of the night. And it is within 8 laps of the stage, so what are these guys going to do? Are they going to come down? Or are they going to stay out and get the stage points? Tires are pretty old at this point. I think taking tires is definitely going to benefit you. And it looks like these drivers up front gonna come down. You can already see a few drivers staying out. The 01 of Casey Graves is gonna take over the lead. I think we just had a wreck entering the pits. 23 of Daniel Llewellyn hits the pit barrels. Oh my goodness. And he wrecks the 19 and the 56. This camera isn't doing much. They updated this racetrack and you can't really see through the fence down, so... Alright, so, top 3 here stay out. Gonna try to get some stage points. That's Casey Graves, Dakota Lee, and Cody Cleaver. Bradley Wilson is the first off pit road and 4th with brand new stick tires. Alright, should be going green this time. Casey Graves going to be in control. Once again, the end of stage 1, no stage break, will be the end of lap 37. So stage points going to be given out at 5 to go from our restart here. Green flag back in the air. A really good restart for the 01. He jumps out way ahead of everybody. These guys all going to be racing really hard for stage points. See the 51 already up to third. He's making a move on the 3 per second. Casey's looking in his mirror now, seeing what those tires are able to do. And Wilson around Lee. He's going to go into second already with 4 laps to go on the stage. Oh, Dakota Lee's loose. Saved it. But he's going to drop back several positions, and now they're 3 wide entering turn 1. Casey Graves. Oh, man. Big stack up right here. As I was saying, Casey Graves coming to 2 to go in the stage 1. Trying to stay in front, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. Bradley Wilson, he's got to hold 2 laps here to get around this 01, and he's got 30-lap newer tires. Actually, I take that back. Casey took tires 22 laps ago, so they're not quite as old as those other guys, but tires on that 01 still plenty old to make a difference. Huge stack up again on the front straightaway, but Bradley Wilson going to go to the lead on the white flag in stage 1. Can Casey Graves make a move back? Oh, Brian Martin is around in the back straightaway. Coming to the end of stage 1. Bradley Wilson looks to be the victor. Casey's getting the bumper given to him. And across the line, Casey going to take home 5th, it looks like. So he goes from 1st to 5th in a lap. Oh, Nathan Scott around in 1 and 2. He saved it. Oh, my goodness. All right. While that's going on, let's bring up our stage 1 results really quick before they finish this lap. There you go. Really quickly. Alright, there's your stage 1 results. Did not want to come up in time. Alright. Bradley Wilson wins the stage. Somehow nobody wrecks there after all that calamity. However, Nathan Scott, after getting really loose there in 1 and 2 after the conclusion of stage 1, he's going to fall back to 25th. So I think he got 4th in the stage for 3rd. But he's going to fall all the way back to 25th after the fact. Don't worry. He's got a whole stage 2 to make up spots now. But Bradley Wilson starting to drive away. Casey Graves, after staying out, those tires are going to continue to hurt real bad. And I think he's going to drop like a rock here. Eventually, they're going to even out after a while once everybody else's tires heat up. But for now, he's going to continue dropping. Look at that, Patrick O'Keefe, last week's winner, found himself in inside the podium here. This is what he did last week. He just hung around inside that top 5, top 3 till the end of the race, and he struck. He drove away from everybody. Now, if it weren't for the 200-mile race limit, that 54 was coming, and he might have passed him, but we will never know. Because Patrick did what he needed to do. Check in on that 54. He's back there in 26th. He might have had a problem. He is 15 seconds behind the leader, so I don't see too much damage. I don't think I see any damage on the 54, so I think he might have gotten loose or something, spun out, and saved it. Oh, we saw that. We saw that. It was at... Bear with me here. It was at the white flag of stage 1. He went around on the backstretch. That's right. My memory is very short. Iglio kind of holding up a train of cars here. Off the back bumper of the 16, and he's got, I think, all the way back to 14th here, just all in the line. Ronnie Holmes making a move on the 01 for 6th. Bradley Wilson still about a half a second ahead of the 7. The 7 a little over a second ahead of the 71. 32 of Wolfenbarger. He's found his way up to 4th now, and he's actually reeled in these leaders. And that's a 2-second gap back to Giglio in 5th. So Blake trying his usual strat of saving some tire at the start of a run, but it just hasn't been working for him lately. Partly because we just can't get a long run going, and also because this new tire model just doesn't reward tire saving as much as it used to. Alright, stage 2 going to complete at the end of lap 73. So we got quite a bit until the end of stage 2. Cooper looks like goes around Brian Jackson. Brian Martin might have just had an issue. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. So this was about a lap ago. 54 gets loose off the 4. He does save it, but he backs it into the inside wall. Going to flip it back around. It looks like he's got back on the racetrack, but he has gone 1 lap down, so he's going to be in the lucky dog position if a caution comes out. Oh, Patton very loose off the turn 2. Oh, the 56 up ahead. Oh, Dalton Hayes and the 60 get together. Dalton, oh, he saves it. A little bit of left front contact, but that car looks just fine. not going to be too thrilled about it, but he's going to come away with a clean race car. Wolfmarger still on the tail of the 71, but I think that the dirty air might be holding them up, or they've just evened out. Because this 71 is also making some ground up on the two in front. So I think the 71 and 32 are just collectively gaining on the front two. A little bit farther back, we got a battle right here. Brian Jackson, Davis Greenwell. This sun is just making the racetrack look like it's made out of gold. Oh, Cliff Mullins in the wall in turn one. Wolfbarger looking to the inside of the 71, not quite there. Mullins still trying to hold off the 35. Bryant in the wall right there, 1 and 2. Did a good job straightening it out. And Wilson has started to pull away. I mentioned that the 3rd and 4th place cars were catching him, and he must have heard me because he's driving out on them. And the 7. Nathan Scott 3 wide middle, gonna go past the 1 and the 10 and the 56. 56 is 8 laps down. Got some damage from that pit wreck with the 23. There's the 22 at Christopher. He's currently 5 laps down. That car is still very killed, so he's just trying to hold on. He's got some points already from staying in the race. Things keep going the way they were. He should get some more points as this thing goes on. But so far, we've gone green a lot longer than we did at Atlanta. I think our longest run in Atlanta, we're coming up on it. It's about 30-something laps. It was right at the end. And we've already had 2 runs just like that this race, so a lot of tire fall off tonight. Laps they're running right now, somewhere in the 30.2, 30.3 range for the leaders. And their fastest laps were down in the 29.1, 29.2 range. So there's about a second of fall off already. 28 laps in for these guys. Speaking of somebody who's made their tires last, Casey Graves. He's got 17 lap older tires than almost everybody. And he is somehow, he was able to hold on to a top 10 still. Is what I love about this racetrack. Everybody gets strung out. They're all racing the track. The It's not the most exciting thing to watch, but I assure you, these guys are fighting for their life with these steering wheels. Right on board with this 51. Take a look at his cockpit view, see just what he's working with in these corners. He's coming up on a lap car. Looks like the two of Cody Cleaver. Gonna give him the top lane. He makes it look easy. Really smooth on the wheel. That's how he's maintaining this lead so well. That 51's got a handle on this. Now the 2 car gonna cause problems for 3rd place. I don't think he didn't intend on it at all, but it was just wrong place, wrong time. Luckily, it doesn't cost anybody positions or anything, so no harm, no foul. In terms of fuel, I think these guys can go, I don't know, 70 or 80 laps on a tank of gas, but they're not going to go anywhere near that. These tires are going to fall off way before then. They're going to be halfway in their cycle way before that, so I assume we're going to see people come in maybe in 20 or something laps. Could be earlier than that, could be later than that, but that's where I expect to see some drivers come in. It's definitely going to be after lap 73, because that is when the stage ends, at the end of 73, so got 10 to go right now in stage 2. Bradley Wilson, as of right now, if things continue the way they are, looks to be on cruise control for stage 2. But the last time we came to the end of a stage, we had a caution at about this time, so we're going to hold our breath on that for Bradley's sake. Lavin had an issue off turn 2. Oh, yep. Got a little, maybe pushed up by the 54, or maybe just saw he was there, but 74 moved up the racetrack and got into the wall. Looks like the contact wasn't too bad. The car looks mostly okay. Running in 17th right now. Wolfenbarger looking for any way around this 71. He has been right behind this Triple J machine for the better part of, I want to say, 20 laps. Ooh, almost gave the bumper to him. See, just the gap that 51 has built on these two. And side by side down the front straightaway in the 32. Finally gonna find a move, and he gets around. That has allowed the 16 of Giglio to close in on these two. That battle. And I just noticed the 7 of Brad Patton, he has got a crinkled right front fender. I didn't see that the last time I looked at him, so he might have got the wall pretty hard. Wasn't enough to give him a 2X, but it was definitely enough to crinkle that right front. That's going to be hurting him. 16 looks to the inside. Nolan Walker going to go around Casey Graves for 8th. Free to go in stage 2. No stage break. Giglio going to want to get around O'Keefe for this 4th spot. Stage points. Dakota Lee going to let the 32 go. Dakota just went a lap down. Or another lap down. He got pretty bad damage early on in this race. 16 does get around the 71. And we are coming off 4 here for the 51. And that is going to be white flag in stage 2. Off to 4 for the 51 car. And that is going to be the end of stage 2 once the top 10 all cross the line. Results will be up in a moment once everybody crosses the line. And there they are. So stage 2 results up on screen. Bradley Wilson wins stage 2. Brad Patton, Garrett Wolfberger, Blake Giglio, and Patrick O'Keefe top 5. Might have had an incident. We were talking about that. Looks like the 74 went off in turn 1 and came right back up in front of the 56. That was a little tricky situation. Now the 74 has come down pit road, I think for a scheduled stop, as well as a lot of other cars coming down to take their tires. After the end of stage 2, there's no better time than right after a stage, right? Bradley Wilson, he has thrown that lead over Brad Patton. He's up over 2.5 seconds now, just under 2.5 seconds, over 2 seconds. And Wolfenbarger and Giglio are right on his back bumper. Meanwhile, the 71 falling a little bit back from these guys, but still, he is well ahead of the rest of the field, who was all the way back here. But everybody as a whole has really spread out at this point. As we have pit stops continuing, Matthew Blackley is down. Cody Cleaver still has yet to pit this race. He has gone 75 laps on these tires, which is almost unheard of on this new tire model. So, round of applause to him. I can't believe he hasn't come down pit road yet. He is in the lucky dog position, so I think that's the only thing keeping him out here, but his tires look like they're killed. He's running a 1.5 seconds slower than the leaders, just because of how old his tires are. And he has just lost the lucky dog as the 81 goes 1 lap down. Brad Patton under fire. He's going to lose second to Wolfenbarger. Oh, everybody got loose right there off of 4. 09 to Toll Owen. He's out on fresh sticker tires, but he has nowhere to go as 2nd through 4th are all battling right in front of him. And these guys are probably about a 1/2 second or a full second slower than him right now, so this is really holding this 09 up. You know, one of Casey Graves has come down. Yeah, he just came off the pit road. going to rejoin in 22nd for now. Not too many drivers have come down yet. Top 21 still have yet to come down pit road. Brad Patton, he's going to come down. Oh, he gets sideways, but he saves it. So with 66 laps to go, Savannah Patton going to come down. Bit of a short stop here. Tony Cleaver looks like he is going to make his first pit stop of the race. I can't believe that. 80 laps in. He's going to take tires. And Brad Wilson out now to a 3.3 second lead over the 32. So Bradley Wilson, just to update you on his stats at this racetrack, take a look here at our track stats. Pull it up in just a moment here. Alright, total laps led in the history of the Cup Series. Bradley Wilson, all time, leads laps led at Darlington Raceway. He has 121 laps led before coming into this race. So if we take a look at our tower, he has 76 laps led in this race now. So he is almost at 200 laps led career at this racetrack, which is so much more than anybody else at this point. And the unfortunate part is he has all those laps led, and he still has not been able to crack into victory lane at this track. It is one of the biggest travesties in this series. I'm hoping tonight can be the night for him. Tell you what though, I'd like to see him come down pit road soon. The short pit by the 7 of Patton is going to start paying off big time. If he can stay out of the wall, man! 56, I'm sorry, the 16 and the 32. Getting close here as Giglio starts to reel in Wolfenbarger. The 32's tires are starting to go away from him. The Jeremy Scherer has come down pit road. Folger's car. Jeff Price down pit road. Leaders coming up on the lap car of Hayden Lowell. These two, I don't think, have any grievances, so I don't see the 56 putting up a huge fight here. He is 8 laps down after all. Doesn't look to be giving him the spot. 51 going to go to the inside in 1 and 2. 56 is holding it there, so he's definitely not giving it to him. Battle for second. Looks like Giglio has gotten around the 32. 51 looking to the inside again into turn 1. We're going to probably see some sort of slide job here, and he's going to clear. Giglio clear into that second spot. You got Wolfbarger, O'Keefe, and Ronnie Holmes running at your top 5. So, got 3 1 Goons cars and 2 Triple J cars in the top 5. Davis Greenwell going to come down pit road. Kenny Frisbee says he's coming down here. 15 to Brian Jackson also coming down. This is a really tricky pit entry here, Darlington. And you can see the 15, he runs pretty wide, but he is going to get it slowed down in time. It's actually a pretty good pit entry. Bradley Wilson still out on the racetrack. And Brad Patton, who came down 8 laps ago, running consistently 4 or 5 tenths better than our leader every lap. So, the unfortunate part for Patton is he's going to give this time up once Wilson comes back out from his stop. But I can tell you right now, oh, and as I was about to say, we're going to see the 51 stay out, I think, a little longer. He comes down. I figured he was just waiting for a yellow to come out. Was really scared of getting tracked a lap down, but eventually the short pit's just going to pull you down there, and he's going to have to come down. So our leader comes down, relinquishes the lead for the first time in a long time, and that leaves Blake Giglio up in the front leading his first laps of the night. Only 9 cars on the lead lap. That is thanks to more than half the field pitting at this point. Brad, clean stop for Bradley Wilson. He is back out on the racetrack. Good to see. I'm pretty much rooting for him at this point. You're not supposed to have bias when you're a broadcaster, but I feel like out of all racetracks, this guy deserves it most here. Just with how many laps he's led and how many times he's got screwed, frankly, at the end of these races. When does Blake Giglio and the rest of our top 10 come down pit road? We might have had an incident with Brantley Bryant. Can we get back up and take a look at it? Oh man, just got loose on the front straightaway. Was able to save it. Also had an issue for the 91 of Scherer. This was after he came out of for taking his. Oh man, he got the wall off the 2. He also had something go on with the 82 car, Cliff Mullins, coming down pit road. Oh no. Oh, he got the pit barrels. Not nearly as bad as the 23 did, but he did get him. Looks like it just kind of pointed him in the right direction. And then this incident just happened. The 54 Brian Martin gets loose on the back straightaway. But a good save gets him back in the right direction. No yellow. And it looks like he just made his pit stop right after that. So there you go. Patrick O'Keefe, he's coming down pit road. There's 66 laps. 71 going to decide to make his first pit stop. And he has received a black flag. I'm not sure if it was speeding or an unsafe entry, but a black flag has been given to the 71 car. That's a heartbreaker. He was definitely in a good position to take home a top 5 today. Nick Cooper and Olin Walker battle for 3rd for the moment. These guys still have yet to pit. I think caution is out. It is for the 47 and the 20, it looks like. back it up and see what happened. 47, Dalton Hayes spins out on the apron in 3 and 4. That's going to be, I think, our 3rd yellow of the night. So that is going to play right into the hands of the guys that stayed out here. I think that's about 6 or 7 cars that stayed out. 51 of Bradley Wilson is just, he's got to be cussing right now. I mean, he's in this position again where he's by far the fastest driver here tonight, and something just doesn't go his way. Let's back it up. Let's see how the 20 goes around. So him and the 56 just get together. And Davis ends up saving his car, but the 47 does not. So, yeah. You're going to see all those guys that just stayed out here. They're going to come down pit road. But Bradley Wilson, he came down pit road. Oh, wow. I think he might have been a lap down, so he's going to have to take the lucky dog here. Which means he's going to line up behind all these guys. And he's going to have to fight his way back up there with older tires. We'll see if he comes down to take tires. I'm assuming he will. So we're going to have a lot of wave rounds here. Alright, so, all but 6 cars are taking a wave around here. This is pretty funny. So, we're going to have 14 cars on the lead lap here. That caution completely changed this race. Luckily for Bradley Wilson, he's going to come out here. He's going to be in 6th. The unfortunate part is he has 8 lap older tires than everybody in front of him. Most cars behind him have very old tires. Alright, so our 6 double file cars will get us restarted, and everybody else will be single file back there. Here we go. Pace car is off. We'll get this race restarted. Green flag back in the air. .16. Good restart. He holds on to the lead. Money Holmes close in 2nd. Nick Cooper, who started in 33rd, he's up to 3rd. And Ian Montrose, who started in 35th, he's up to 4th. So those are your two hard charger battlers. And Brad Wilson, who led pretty much all of this race, he's there in 5th right now. Remember, he's got 8 lap older tires than everybody in front of him. So we'll see if he can navigate these guys. He is a lot faster on pace, I can tell you that. The first 3 quarters of this race proved that for me. Big stack up here. This is around 10th. Guys all fighting for that to get inside the top 10. The 74, jeez, just rode the wall off turn 2. The car got tight and just couldn't get it back down the racetrack. 41 is hard on the outside wall. We got a wreck in 3 and 4. Alright, 41 car, OG gear replay up on screen, down into turn 3, off the back bumper, or off the front bumper of the 54, gets sent into the outside wall, and they just continue to wreck after that. Just had a wreck under yellow, entering pit road. Oh man, the pit barrels strike again. Alright, let's look at the wreck between the 41 and the 54 one more time. Yeah, the 54 just gets in there on his quarter panel. The 18 just nowhere to go. Back it up. Let's go on board with the 18 here for this wreck. Oh, man. Alright. On board with the 54. Phew. Alright. That was our, let me take a look at it, race stats up on screen, 4th yellow. So this has been, I want to say it, it's been a really awesome race so far. I hope it doesn't turn into whatever Darlington race has always turned into. Just an absolute cluster at the end. It's been awesome so far. I want to see the good racing we've had so far continue. Unfortunately, everybody's just mixed up now, and they're not where they're supposed to be in terms of speed. So I think that's going to cause a lot of problems here. Everybody thinks they're supposed to be in a certain spot, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get there. Giglio chooses the bottom. He's going to be in control of this restart. Through the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Nick Cooper, Ronnie Holmes, battle for second. Now Ronnie falls back to third. And, oh, a lot of cars getting the wall off of 2. We stay green. No wrecks. Oh, the 77 just got chucked to the outside wall. Not sure how that happened. Looks like the 32 and a few others still has lasting damage from that pit road entry wreck. The 35 and Nick Cooper chasing down that 16 for the lead. Oh, the 77 up in the wall again. Can Brad get back to this lead? Nolan Walker cannot stay out of that outside wall. It's starting to frustrate drivers behind him. Nick Cooper trying to look for a way around this 16 for the lead. Nick, looking high, looking low. Looking for a second career win here in the Cup Series. Oh, they're wrecking down the back straightaway. Caution's out. Really did not want that to be a yellow, but let's back it up, see what happened. Contact off of 2, the 60 and the 10 go around. And there's the part that I was worried about, the 10 going back up the racetrack. Alright, let's take a look from overhead, see how this kind of started. The 1 and 2, clean so far. Get off of turn 2. And either the 60 is just pinching the 10 too much or the 10 comes off the wall. Either way, they come together off turn 2. Let's look on board with the 2 car. He kind of got into this after the wreck had started. Does he keep it out of the wall? He does. So Blake Giglio still in the lead. I cannot believe. I mean, he's run good tonight. He's been inside the top 5. He had really good late run pace on that long run, but he hasn't been close to the lead so far. And now, after staying out on the racetrack and a caution comes out, now he's all of a sudden got a good chance to win. That's so Blake. He got his first win of this season back at Sonoma. Now he's looking for his first oval win. Two-time Cup Series champion. Looks like 12th on Backo came down pit road here. At least on the lead lap. Looks like the 71 of Patrick O'Keefe just came off pit road. He might have been doing some damage repair. Oh, he just took 4 tires. So he, I think, got the lucky dog here. He's going to be back on the lead lap. Oh, right, because he had the speeding penalty, or pit road penalty, whatever it was. And that put him a full lap down. So he just got the lucky dog, and he's going to have an opportunity to fight for those points back. He lost. That'll put 15 cars on the lead lap. Absolutely, Andrew. That is a phenomenal idea. All right, if you take a look... Yeah, thank you, Andrew. If you take a look over there off turn 4, top left of your screen, there's a little minnow pond over there, and that is the reason for this track being egg-shaped. They didn't want to move over or ask the guy nicely or pay him any money to build on top of that minnow pond, so they just decided to make the racetrack a little weirdly shaped. A little fun bit of history for you there. Oh, we got a little squirrely on the restart. 16 with a good start. 51 was able to capitalize here, and he's up into second. Oh, they're wrecking off 2. The 7 of Patton is around. Not a yellow. He saved it. What a save. Phew. So we stayed green. I cannot believe there was no bad wreck. Winner has to jump in the minnow pond. Perfect idea. This is one of my dream racetracks to go to. I'd love to go to this place in person. And I'd love to jump in that minnow pond. Nathan Scott, Ian Montrose, this is a battle for 9th. Nathan Scott gonna jump up into 9th for the lead. Bradley Wilson still all over the back bumper of the 16. Good run off before, really good run. He put the power down really well. And he's going to be looking low into turn 1. Can he make it stick? It's really hard to make a pass from down there. Contact is made! The 16 has to lock the brakes. The 51 spinning back up into traffic. Oh! The 81 gets in there late and clobbers him. His car was fine, but the 81 Orion file, I guess, just didn't see him. Oh, man, that's heartbreaking. That's probably going to be his race. Oh, man, I can't believe that. Contact here off 2. I think the 51 just washed up a little bit. Gets up into the 16, and he just can't save it. Well, he does save it, actually. Minimal damage, but... then after the fact, the 81, right in there. On board with the 81 Orion file. Sees a little smoke, and then there's a car. Thought he avoided it, and then the 51 kind of yawed back to the left. What a turn of events here. 16 falls back to 4th, and now the 35 of Nick Cooper finds himself in the lead. 57 of Ronnie Holmes in 2nd, and the 32 of Wolfbarger in 3rd. Holmes still looking for his first career win here in the Cup Series. He's found himself up here fighting for the lead many times. It just hasn't worked out for him yet. Best career finish for that 57 is 4th. And just while we're at it, naming off stats, best finish in Darlington was 11th. That was back in Season 8. So, Right now, as it sits, he is definitely beating his best finish. But, long way to go. We're going to go green with just over 20 laps left in this race. That may as well be forever at a track like this. Bradley Wilson, as I expected, the car is killed. '57. Gonna start on the inside is the 35. Gonna choose the outside lane. He'll be the control car. We are down to just 21 cars on the racetrack. And if I bring up our race stats again, it's only 6 cautions tonight, so they've been pretty deadly wrecks. There's been a lot of people killing cars under green, no cautions coming out for them, so this track is just proving why it's so difficult and how difficult it is. But here we go, pace car is off, Nick Cooper in control. Green flag back out at Darlington. Giglio was able to get up into second. Almost drops back to third from the restart. Wolfberger fourth. Casey Graves to fifth. Nolan Walker in that wall again. 20 laps to go here at Darlington. Nick Cooper in a really good spot right now. His tires are in pretty good condition. Nathan Scott making a move on Nolan Walker. This is for sixth. Not quite going to get it done. Nick Cooper runs the fastest lap of the race out of anybody. That'll be a bonus point for him if it stays that way, and that just proves how good his tires are. It's been 27 laps since he's come down and took tires, but none of that has really been much hard racing. Giglio, he's not falling back. Holding strong, about 4/10 back. Casey Graves looks to the inside of the 60. Actually, I think it's reversed. I think the 60 actually got to the 01s outside. And Nathan Scott going to get up into fifth. Giglio starting to reel in this 35. Almost identical lap times that last time by. Cooper doing a great job blocking off that air. Wolfenbarger, that front end damage I think is hurting him pretty bad. He's going to fall back to 6th. Casey Graves up to 5th. And Nathan Scott up into 4th. He's on a charge up to the front. He's got 16 lap newer tires and everybody in front of him. We'll see if he can make that work. Giglio hasn't made up any ground since we last checked in. So we had a completely green flag stage 2, and well beyond that. I think we had probably a 60-something green flag lap run, and we're actually on a decent run now with Nathan Scott up into a podium position. He's got time. 11 laps to go to get up into 1st and 2nd. Only got about a second to go. Running pretty fast lap times in that 60. Don't count him out yet. On board with them, just see how far those leaders are. Giglio right on the back bumper of the 35. He's closest he's been all race. Looks to the inside off of 4. Side by side down the front straightaway, dead even at the line. Giglio going to surge ahead into turn 1 and take the lead. That little battle they had, the 60 is closed right in on these guys, and I think that's part of the reason the 16 made a move. Eight laps to go. Going to be 7 at the line. Three-way battle for the win. Blake Giglio, Nick Cooper, and Nathan Scott. Multi-time champion. Really skilled dirt racer and rookie. Sorry, I'm trying to pull a Cars reference somewhere out of this. I couldn't do it. Nathan Scott making a move for 2nd. And he's up into 2nd. Now one more car away from the win. 5 laps to go coming up on that. Next time by. The 7 of Patton got the wall in the background. That's going to allow the 01 and the 32 to go by at the same time. Meanwhile, take a look at our leaders. 5 laps to go as Giglio going to cross the line. Nathan Scott looking for his first win. Giglio starting to drive away. Scott rolls the top lane really well that time, and he's going to close in a lot. Giglio got loose. 4 laps to go. Scott looking to the inside. Giglio blocks. Down the backstretch they go. Nathan Scott knows he's got a lot of speed. Those newer tires, really paying dividends. Another good run off of 4. Looks to the outside, no room. Looks to the inside. Giglio blocks again. Now he's to the inside in 1 and 2. Off turn 2 they go. Still clean there. Giglio holds on to it for now. 3 laps to go. Nick Cooper, he's not out of this fight yet. He's hanging on right there. 2 laps to go here at Darlington. Down the backstretch they go. Nathan Scott, another good run. He's going to try to use it in turn 3. Not going to be there yet. Gets the 16 loose. Rolling the top lane. He's going to try to build up a run down the front straightaway as the white flag is waving. 1 lap to go. He crosses underneath the 16. Side by side into turn 1 for the final time. Contact is made. They both get the outside wall. Still door banging through 1 and 2. Off turn 2 they go. Still dead even down the back straightaway. The 60's got a side draft. Into 3 and 4. Nathan Scott, Blake Giglio. Giglio with a good run. Off of 4 they go, and Giglio gonna hang on and take home the win here at Darlington. What a finish. That was awesome. And they did it completely clean. There was a little bit of contact there at 1 and 2, but they didn't let that get in the way. That's Giglio's 2nd win of the season. That was awesome. Nathan Scott, he put up an incredible effort. I don't think anybody would have blamed him if he gave the 16 a little bumper there into 3, but he didn't. And with the speed I saw from that 60 tonight, I think his time is coming at some point. Alright. There we're with our winner. Blake Giglio in the booth. You got me?
How's it going?
Hey, man. Well, that was an awesome finish to watch. You were able to throw some blocks, put on some good defense, and came home with the win by just over a 10th. How was your race?
That was a little crazy. I got a little earlier there. I had a really good long run speed. I was catching those boys at the end of that first run, and got caught up in traffic a little bit. Got the lead. Yellow came out, and then, I was able to control the race. I think me and Brad just kind of came together there. I don't know how I saved that. I thought I was dead, and my tires definitely took a hurting from that. But great race there to Nathan for racing McLean, and I felt like we were just racing hard, like last lap stuff. I feel like we were leaning on each other a little bit, but nothing crazy, and just happy to get the win.
Yeah, 2nd win of the season. Going to be obviously another good points night for you after getting home with the win. Looking on to next week at the All-Star race. Going to be there, and how you feeling about it?
Yeah, we're going to be there. I'm feeling good. I think that, open setup will be fun. I think that think we'll have some fast cars for that.
Absolutely, man. Well, thanks for talking to us. Got anybody you want to shout out for the win?
Yeah, I want to shout out to you for giving me the tips on to save tires 15 laps and then let her go. So that was that. Hey, it works. You know, old me would just ride around save, but you got to go in this, and so I'm happy with that. Want a Goons, OG Gear, this paint of my favorite driver that got the win last year at Bristol in this paint. So it's good paint, and happy to get it in victory lane.
Absolutely, man. Nice job on the win. We'll see you next week.
And I want to thank Hayden for painting this for me.
Oh, yeah. Of course. All right, see you. That was Giglio taking home the win. I'll get a word with our second place finisher. Oh, yep, he's in there. All right, cool. Look at his car on screen. There we go. Nathan, it's Lucas. Got me?
Hello.
Well, man, it was a close one. You definitely were really fast there at the end of the race. Just couldn't quite get there. He was able to block you enough, but still, overall, really good night for you. Walk us through it.
Yeah, well, we qualified in the top 10 and then kind of rode around there. Was waiting for maybe a long run. Never really got it too early. And after the stage 1 finish, there was something happening towards the top 5 that I took the outside. I got tapped by my teammate in turn 1. Tried to save it and basically scrubbed tire life off of it and dropped to 25th. And didn't get a caution for another 80 laps. So I basically had to, hope for yellow and drive from 25th to just outside the top 10 before pit stops. Got a caution shortly after that, and there was an incident between Wyatt and I, and he got the wall. I ended up being right there when he came down. It was just a racing thing. So at that point, I took tires and kind of little by little picked them off. We were really moving that last run. I found something on the outside, had a slight tire advantage, just trying to find clean air. Got past Nick and didn't really want to send Blake into the fence because I know how antsy you could get at the end of these races. So I know we got into each other's doors in turns 1 and 2. Try to really send it low. Maybe there hopefully get grip down there, but there was nothing, and I just had to lift super hard to not fence the 16, and I have to settle for second. But I'd rather finish second that way than just fence the guy for first.
I'll have to agree with you, and it looked a heck of a lot better on the broadcast. That was awesome to watch, and I think we're gonna see you in victory lane sooner or later. You looked really fast tonight, and yeah, congrats to you on the second. You got anybody you want to shout out for?
Yeah, well, shout out to Triple J Motorsports. Patrick O'Keefe making my paint scheme tonight. A beautiful Pepsi 60. It definitely went through hell and back, to say the least, but it got a top 5, almost the race win. So about as much as you could ask for. Thank you for broadcasting this, and thank you for allowing me to run here. I've been having a good time.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on the second once again. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
That was Nathan Scott taking home second place. Now we'll get a word with our third place finisher, Nick Cooper in the 35. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Well, nice podium for you. Came from all the way back from 34th, so obviously locking up that hard charger again, I'm pretty sure. So I think that's what, your third this season? Crazy. But no, still good run for you tonight. Didn't have quite enough long run speed for those guys, but still, you looked mighty fast.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting this. I didn't know exactly. You never know your luck, obviously, but was not expecting this for sure.
Yeah, you. I think it was that yellow, right? You guys stayed out, and you were able to get some track position for free there, and seemed like you had some good speed to hang on to it and even fight for that win.
Yeah, that's definitely where it really, really helped me out. But I think starting from the back sometimes, getting the fuel in the car and keeping it in the car is better.
Definitely, for sure. It looked like it. That fuel strat worked out for you. So nice job on the podium. Got anybody you want to shout out for?
Shout out True Speed and Casey and everybody that worked together with.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on third again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
This is Nick Cooper taking home third tonight. Now we'll go through our results before we head out of here. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. It's an awesome race. I can't get over how awesome that finish was. All right, Blake Giglio taking home the win. Nathan Scott second. Nick Cooper third. Ronnie Holmes fourth. Brad Patton rounding out your top 5. Casey Graves sixth. Garrett Wolfbarger seventh. Patrick O'Keefe eighth. Good rebound for that 71. I think there were other good rebounds tonight, but that 71's the one that's standing out to me. He got the speeding penalty. Still taking home a nice 8th place, so congrats to him on that. Nolan Walker with the 9th. Brian Jackson 10th. Another good rebound. Nice top 10 for the 15. Ian Montrose in 11th. Brantley Bryant 12th. Wyatt McCombs 13th. Toll Owen 14th. Davis Greenwell 15th. Cliff Mullins 16th. Brian Martin 17th. That's a good rebound right there. 17th place. He had quite a few issues tonight, so that's definitely could have been a lot worse. Jeremy Scherer 18th. Dalton Hayes 19th. Cody Cleaver 20th. Aiden Lowell 21st. Bradley Wilson 22nd. Sorry for the pause. Ryan File 23rd. Matthew Blackley 24th. Kenny Frisbee 25th. Brianna Levin 26th. Jeff Price 27th. Dakota Lee 28th. Michael Christopher 29th. Danielle Llewellyn 30th. Gabriel Truesdale 31st. Dave Hoytsma 32nd. Garrett Warren 33rd. Jamie Graham 34th. Jonathan Rains 35th. Jamal Collins 36th. And I did not finish or start this race, so ignore that. 36 cars finishing tonight's race. I am Lucas Hoytsma. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to tune in next week for the All-Star race, and make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the Gen 4 series back here again at Darlington. See you then.